Greetings, mighty companions, and welcome back to Practical and Healing Applications of A Course in Miracles with me, Anna Kujawa-Quinn. And thank you guys for being here at the Miracle Center. Thank you guys for being present on Facebook or YouTube. And we are going to start with an opening meditation just to quiet our minds, open our minds, and make our minds more receptive to our inner divine teacher. So, close your eyes and take a breath. And breathe. And just allow your mind, invite your mind nicely to come back home to the present moment, where your mind can rest and open and heal. And bring your mind out of the past and bring your mind out of the future. And allow your mind to just rest right here, right now, in this powerful, precious, perfect, present moment. Breathe it in. The present is your point of power. In the present moment, you have access to all the wisdom of the ages. In the present moment, you have access to all the divine intelligence in the universe. In the present moment, you have access to all the healing answers that you need and desire. In the present moment, you have full access to your higher mind, the divine intelligence within you, your appointed friend, your guide, your comforter that has been given to you to be your guide through a far country called time. In the present moment, you can reconnect to and feel your divine intelligence, your appointed friend. Just breathe and feel. Feel from the inside of yourself how you are not alone. Within you, you are indwelt with the most loving, genius, friend, guide, comforter. See if you can feel the presence of the guide within you that abides in the present. Feel that you are not alone on the inside indwelt within you by something that knows you completely and loves you unconditionally. What does that feel like? What does it feel like to feel not alone on the inside? Breathe that feeling in. And to our internal and eternal guide, we ask for its guidance for our time together. We give charge of our healing circle here today to our higher self, our internal and eternal guide, and we say, decide for healing for me. Be you in charge of this healing circle. You know what each of us need to hear that we might have healing and peace. And so we ask you to choose for us where and what in A Course in Miracles that we study tonight. And we thank you in advance. We trust your love for us, and we trust your infinite wisdom. And we say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be you in charge. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, open your eyes, take a deep breath. Come on back to the room, to your body. All right. All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Jennifer. Lovely to see you all. Hi. Okay, you guys. We're going to do random number generator because I didn't have time to do it before class. So let us, so we did the never random number generator prayer. We're going to see what Spirit has chosen for us. So chapter 7, and then will you look to see how many sections are in 7? While I find chapter 7 in here. So we're going to be in chapter 7, everybody who's listening. And there's 11. Okay, great. And so we're going to go back here. 11. And so it's section 5. So section 5 in is the denial of power.
What chapter?
7. The denial of power.
In this book.
In that book. Oh, in that book?
In this book,
in the wrong book.
5 is
healing and
the changelessness
of mind.
Okay, great. And what's the first line?
The body is nothing more.
Okay, great. Then let me go to that. I was in the wrong book. Okay, great. So it's chapter 7, section 5 in the blue-covered edition.
So it's healing and the changelessness of mind.
Yes. Yep. Healing and the changelessness of mind. What does that mean? What is that about? I wonder if its healing is the changelessness of mind. All right. So let's see.
Well, it's got to be as good as denying our power.
Yes, exactly. The denial of power. Starring the main character of all my dreams, me, my body. All right. Healing and the changelessness of mind. So you guys who are watching and want to follow along, in the blue covered edition is chapter 7, section 5, healing and the changelessness of mind. All right, everybody see it? Okay. It says, the body is nothing more than a framework for developing abilities. Oh, that's what it's for. and the developing abilities, which is quite apart from what the abilities are used for. So with the body, what does it say? It's a framework for developing abilities. That's all the body is really for. Develop a framework for developing abilities. I'm going to develop the ability to forgive. I'm going to develop the ability to have vision. I'm going to develop the ability to be compassionate. Develop the ability to, be more merciful. Okay?
Or I could develop the ability of what I've been doing, attacking myself.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. So then it says, and that what you're going to use, the abilities you develop through your body, what you're going to use it for, those abilities, that is a decision. What am I going to use my abilities for? What am I going to use my abilities for? That is a decision. Now, the effects of the ego's decision in this matter of what I'm going to use my abilities for, well, that is so obvious that needs no elaboration. Okay? So, yes, of course, when you decide to use your abilities for the ego's purposes, separation, specialness, getting, how that goes, we already all can see very clearly how that goes. When I use my body for the ability to judge and to separate, then you can see how that goes. How that goes is apparent, that's obvious. But Spirit's decision to use the body only for communication has such a direct connection with healing that does need clarification. See, the unhealed healer obviously does not understand their own vocation. So what's the unhealed healer? The unhealed healer is somebody who doesn't understand that their body, it's only for communication. That the decision to use the body only for communication, the unhealed healer does not understand their vocation. So here you have got a healer, they don't really understand what healing is really about, how healing is really accomplished. So we decide to become a healer, we decide to become a teacher, we decide to be helpful long before we understand how to do that. So like I became a therapist long before I really knew what that really meant. Like, first I go to school and I want to be a therapist, I want to be a healer. That's great. I make the decision to do that before I really know what that means, really know how to do it. I become it, then I learn. And that's true about us as teachers and healers, as people who've decided to bring peace and healing to the world instead of more conflict. First you make the decision, and then you learn what it really entails. Okay? So first you decide, I'm going to use my body for healing, and then you go, oh, that's what that means, as you. So it says the unhealed healer obviously does not understand their own vocation. Okay? So first I become a healer, then I go, and what does that mean? Oh, what it means to be a healer, a teacher, is the only real good use of my body is for communication. Oh, the purpose of my body is for communication. That's what my body is for, right? And that's what we are learning, right? And how are we using our bodies besides communication? I'm not no, my body's for getting something. My body isn't just for communicating. Of course, the Miracle says the only true and healing use of your body is where you're going to use your body to reach other people who think they're their bodies, to tell them you're not your body. That's the only right use of the body. And like I said, that the decision, Spirit's decision to use the body only for communication has such a direct connection with healing that needs clarification. Okay, so what that means to me is, okay, you need some healing, You need some healing? Okay. What that means is you're going to change the way you're using your body. You're going to change the way you're using your body. And so now you're not going to be using your body for comparison. You're not going to be using your body for getting. You're not going to be using your body for judging. You're going to be using your body only to communicate love, to communicate the truth. That's what heals. That's what heals the body. So if my body is what seems to be in need of healing, that can only mean because I've been using my body for a non-healing purpose. I haven't been using my body for communication. I've been using my body for getting, or for comparison, or for judging. I've been using my body's lips for judging. I've been using my body's eyes for comparison. You know how we do that with our body's eyes? Well, I wish I looked like that. Well, I don't look like that. I wish I had some of that. I wish I looked like that. I wish I would have that. Right? You know, comparison. You know how we use our body's eyes for comparing? That's not a healing use of your body. You know, I wish my body looked like that. I wish my body looked like that. Or glad my body doesn't look like that. Right? That's using the body for an unhealing, unloving purpose. Okay. So, beautiful. So I love that. So wherever it is that we are in need of healing, today we're going to look at how we've been using our body for some other purpose besides communication. And how could I use my body in this situation for a different purpose, for a healing purpose that could bring healing to my body and also to them? Okay, make sense? All right, questions or comments on that? Paragraph 1.
It was funny this afternoon, I literally, for some reason, got into this thinking about, you know, all the things we do that brings pleasure to the physical body. Like, let's say a massage, for example. My achy muscles, or whatever it is. And I was thinking this afternoon, I didn't come here to this world as a savior, as a light being, as a
miracle work,
as a conduit for heaven, to, you know, just keep seeking pleasure for my spacesuit. I mean, it's like I had to remind myself of that this afternoon.
Exactly.
And then to hear this now, I'm like, you know, that prayer that we're always hearing, you know what each person in here needs to hear and each person needs to receive. I'm just sitting there going, this is so crazy. I was literally just having this whole thought in my car driving around doing all my errands.
Yes, exactly.
And now we're reading it.
Yes, exactly. Here we are, healers and teachers, but yet we're still using our bodies to seek pleasure, pride, and there's another P, pleasure, pride.
Self-gain.
Yes, exactly. Comparison,
Taking,
taking, power. Yes, pleasure, pride, and power. You know, and so, you know, it's like, what do I think about all day? How I can use my body to reach other folks who think they're a body, to remind them that they're not their bodies, they're more than their bodies? Or am I using my body to get more pleasure for my body, or using my body to get more power in the world, right? Or am I using my body for comparison? You know, what am I using my body for? Now, the truth is that the only purpose of the body is to develop the ability to communicate better with others, right? And so, but if that's spirit's use of the body, then any other of my use of the body is going to result in a need for healing. It's going to result in sickness of some kind, body, mind, or spirit. In particular, physical. Okay, the Course in Miracles says that your purpose for the body determines its condition. So if you got any kind of physical condition going on, or something related to the body that's upsetting you, that's what lets you know that you have a purpose. You're using your body for an ability, for a purpose that isn't loving, that isn't holy, that isn't helpful to others. You're using your body for self-service instead of service to others. So that's when you want to check your purpose. How have you been using your body? And bring it back into alignment with Spirit's purpose. All right? So that you can experience healing. All right. Hi, Nanya Raba. Hi, Shahira. Lovely to see you guys. Okay, now we're on paragraph 2. Only minds communicate. Okay, only mind. In other words, in that issue, you can't really communicate. You can communicate through it, but only minds communicate. And it says, since the ego cannot obliterate the impulse to communicate, because the impulse to communicate is also the impulse to create. The ego can then only teach you that the body can both communicate and create, and so the body doesn't need the mind. That's what the ego is trying to teach us. You don't need the mind. Your body can communicate just fine. You don't need the mind. And so the ego's in this way trying to teach you that your body can act like the mind. And so the body is therefore self-sufficient. That's what the ego's trying to teach us about the body. You don't need the mind. The body is totally self-sufficient. You don't need the mind. The body can do it all for you. You don't need the mind to communicate.
So, clarification here. Is this meaning that the ego's trying to convince us that we don't need the mind as the mind of Christ that's in constant communication with one another and with its source, as opposed, and defining the mind as the brain as part of the body?
That's interesting. I hear that it's talking about the mind, not necessarily the higher mind, but just the mind, I don't know if it's specifying between, the higher mind or, but just the mind, so we don't need, everything I need, I can get from the body. Everything I need, I can get from their bodies. I don't really need the mind. So that's what the ego is trying to convince us, that the body is self-sufficient. If you need power, you get it through the body. If you need love, get it through the body. If you need a sense of peace and love, get it through the body. Use your body to get it. Use your body to get it. As if the body can get you anything. You can only experience love and truth and peace and real power. You can only experience completion through the mind. But the ego's like, no, you can get love through the body. Just dress it up real good and go online and go, it's fine. The body can get you everything you need, just make sure it looks good enough, Make sure you bait that hook, well enough to catch another fish to house your specialist and better stop, right? So make sure the body, can accomplish getting you. The body is self-sufficient, gives you anything you need, but then every time you get something through the body, you're never satisfied. It's never enough. You can tell that you're going and trying for peace and love and power and joy and completion and satisfaction through the body, when every time you get something for your body, you're still not satisfied. Still not satisfied. You're trying to get love through the body, and you think you got another body. You're still not gonna feel. You're not gonna feel full of love. You're still gonna feel empty. You're still gonna feel a love lack. So so only minds can join. When it says communicate, the Course uses communication and joining synonymously. We are trying to join through the body. You know, well, I know we're one if our bodies are together. Okay, then I know we're one. That's what it means to be one. Our bodies are together, right? Okay, it's saying, no, bodies can't join. Only minds can join. You only can experience real joining, real oneness with another when your minds are joined. And the Course says that the way that minds, the only way minds can join is in an idea, a shared idea. So you're only going to really feel one and connected and joined with another when your minds share a purpose, share an idea. That's the only time. So, but if your minds aren't joined, you don't share a common purpose, a common idea, then no matter how much your bodies are stuck together, no matter how, like this, you still feel alone. And we've all had that experience where our bodies were stuck together with another body, but our minds were worlds apart. We've all had that experience where the loneliest, for me, the loneliest I've ever felt was when I was, when our bodies were stuck together, but we didn't share a common purpose. We didn't share a common idea. Our bodies were together, but we both felt lonely and incomplete. We've all experienced that. So we've all experienced the truth that only minds can join, So it's not bodies that do it, If bodies could join, then we'd all be blissed out. We'd all be experiencing oneness and the bliss of oneness if bodies could join, right? So that's what it's reminding us of, that, you can't experience real love, joy and joining through the body. Darn it. Lord knows we've tried. We're going to try again soon as well. We're going to keep trying, even though even after hearing that idea, we're still going to keep trying to join through the body. And we're still going to keep trying to get what we want through the body and keep experiencing profound disappointment and a sense of betrayal. It's not that we've been betrayed by love. It's that we were searching for love. We were trying to get love through the body, and you can't. So we betrayed ourselves by searching for love where you can't find love, where you can't experience love.
We're looking for love in all the wrong places.
We're looking for love in all the wrong places. Exactly. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm lonely, I'm gonna now use my body to go get some love. We didn't learn, oh, well, use your mind and use your body to extend your mind to join with other folks' minds in a loving, shared idea. That's the way to do it, sweetie. And who heard that? I heard, go find a good Jewish lawyer, a good Jewish doctor. That's what I heard. And I did that at one point, and guess what? I still wasn't happy. I still didn't find love. I still felt lonely. All right. So now, of Course in Miracles is teaching us that only minds can join. You can only really join with other minds in a shared purpose, in a shared idea. Okay. Wonderful. So now, but the ego is definitely trying to teach us that you don't need the mind. You can accomplish everything with the body. Just change your body up. Just go find the right body or change your body so it's the right body and just go get it with your body. That's what the ego is trying to convince us of, that the body can act like the mind, and so the body is self-sufficient. Yet we have learned that behavior is not the level for either teaching or learning. Why? because you know you can act in accordance with what you don't believe. So it can't be anything about behavior, because we know that you can behave, opposite to how you really believe. But when you act opposite to what you really believe, you're weakening yourself as a teacher and a learner, because, as has been repeatedly emphasized, you teach what you do believe. And so an inconsistent lesson will be poorly taught and poorly learned. And so, if you teach both sickness and healing, you are both a poor teacher and a poor learner. So what's the important phrase there? That behavior is not the level for either teaching or learning. It ain't about the body. It's not about what the body does. What the body does is not what's important. Okay, so you said stop seeking to change your behavior. The problem is not in the behavior, right? The answer is not in, well, I'll just change my behavior, or once you change your behavior, then I'll be happy. So that is not the answer. Behavior is not the problem. If I just change my behavior, if you just change your behavior, that is not the level for either teaching or learning, right? So like you heard, behavior modification, that's not where real learning happens. It doesn't if I change my behavior, then I learn. Or if I get them to change their behavior, then they'll learn, right? And that's how we do in our relationships, right? What are we always upset about in our relationships? Other people's behavior. Other people's behavior, as if changing behavior is going to make any kind of difference, as if any kind of learning or healing is going to come from changing the behavior. That change and healing doesn't happen at the level of the behavior.
It's reversing cause and effect.
That's reversing cause and effect. All healing, all real change happens at the level of the mind. Who do you believe you are? What do you believe you are? What do you want? What are you thinking? What are you asking for? The mind. Those are all things that happen at the level of the mind. Okay? Great. So, okay, great. And, so when we're talking about the body, we're also talking about behavior, because behavior is what the body's doing. Does that make sense? All right. Okay, so if you're trying to heal and trying to get some change going on, but you're doing it at the level of the behavior, your own or somebody else's, you're not going to be experiencing a real change, which means healing. Okay? All right. So paragraph 3. Healing is the one ability everyone can develop. Wonderful. And healing is the one ability that everyone must develop if they are to be healed. How interesting. I know I want to be healed because I want to be happy. I don't want to be upset and depressed and sick anymore. I want to be healed. Oh, and that means I have to learn how to heal? Oh, wow, who knew? I didn't realize, that if you want to be healed, you got to develop the ability to heal. So healing is an ability. It's an ability. It's an ability you use your body for, right? That's a much better ability that you would use your body to develop. Okay? So we who want to be healed, we are learning how to develop the ability to heal. To heal who? Others. So we're learning how to develop the ability to heal others. Okay? And healing, is basically a release from fear. That's what healing is. So it's not like, you put your hands on somebody, you're healed. You're healed. We're talking about the way you heal people ultimately is where you're using your body to reach other people who think they're their bodies, to remind them that they're not their bodies and that they're innocent. They're not guilty. That's what it means to heal. But notice, we are learning how to develop the ability to heal. That's what we have to develop if we are to be healed. Isn't that interesting? So we think healing comes from the right nutrition, the right medicine, the right environment. You know, if I just, you know, get this new medicine, if I just, you know, I'm a vegetarian, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Behavior. If I change my behavior, then I can get healing. And actually, healing comes from learning to develop the ability to heal others. And, yes?
But shouldn't it start with yourself first? Healing yourself so that you have or gain the ability to heal others.
Well, Course in Miracles, the Course in Miracles actually says, as I give, then I receive. And the reason is, and that's a great question. So the question is, doesn't healing have to start with me? Like I accept my own healing, and then I can give the healing. But Course in Miracles has something different to say about that. Course in Miracles says that only as I extend the mind joining, the innocence, the release from fear and guilt, only then do I actually feel like I deserve to be healed. Until I give it, I will never feel like I deserve it, right? But once you've given something, you know you deserve it. I know I deserve it because I give it all. I give it. So I must deserve it, right? So if you've given something, then of course, you know, you're going to feel like you deserve it. So in this case, the Course in Miracles says that yes, giving and receiving are the same, but the giving comes first in time. Why? Like I said, so because once you've given it, you pretty much know you must deserve it because you just gave it. Okay, so there you go.
And you could change the words to, by giving it, I know I have it.
And by giving it, I know I have it.
I can
Exactly.
I have to have it in order to give it. So,
Exactly.
So there's that other layer of the reciprocal relationship.
Exactly. Because I gave it, I must have it. You can't give something you don't have. So there's that, and now I know I deserve it because I've given it. So in this case, it's so wonderful. I can extend the idea of forgiveness. I can extend the idea of guiltlessness from my mind to their mind, right? And that is me offering healing. Because remember, healing is not a behavior. Healing is of the mind. And so it's an extension of my mind to your mind. I'm extending the idea of guiltlessness to another mind. And healing is at the mind level. Okay? So I don't have to have a special degree. I don't have to go back to school. I don't have to be a certain age or gender or live. All I have to do is be willing to extend, to join my mind to the mind of another in an idea of guiltlessness, release from guilt. And I am extending healing. I am developing my ability to heal others. That's what it means to heal. It has nothing to do with behavior, what you do with your body. Healing has nothing to do with the body. That's what it's saying. And so, because healing has nothing to do with behavior of the body, that means I can heal anybody. I can offer healing to anybody, anywhere, any mind. I can offer healing anywhere, anybody, anytime. I can offer healing. There's no limits on the healing that I can extend because it doesn't have anything to do with the body. It doesn't have anything to do with behavior. Wow. And that means that I can experience a healing anytime, anywhere. There's no order of difficulty in healing because I can extend the idea of healing, of guiltlessness, to any other mind, anytime, even if they don't know it. Isn't that beautiful? And so wherever it is right now, in whatever area of your life right now that you need a healing, whatever that is, however that is the place for you to go, let me extend the idea of guiltlessness to somebody, to some other mind. Let me use my body to extend the idea of guiltlessness to another mind that thinks they are a body and guilty, to remind them that they're not their body and they're innocent, they're not guilty. You know, and in that moment, I can experience whatever healing I need. Isn't that beautiful? Since healing has nothing to do with the body, you can experience any kind of healing you need anytime, anywhere, and you can extend a healing. You can offer healing to anybody, anytime, anywhere, no matter what the problem is. Because it don't have anything to do with the body. Healing is not physical. Health is not physical. And the body is healed when that's what you're using your body for. That's when the body experiences optimal health. Okay? When you're using your body to extend from your mind to their mind. Okay? Like there's a saying in the Course, let peace extend from my mind to your mind. Let peace extend from my mind to your mind. You know, I'm going to use my body to reach this person who thinks they are a body, to remind them you're not your body, you're a mind, and you're innocent. And now they get to experience a healing, and so do I. You know, I experience a healing in my mind, and then that healing in my mind extends to my body. All right. Beautiful. Any questions or comments?
This is just one of those talking out loud thoughts. But when somebody comes and I perceive that they're attacking, let's say they're angry or whatever the case might be, and so that's a lot more effort on my part to make a conscious decision to extend peace. Rather than when somebody walks up to me and hands me some flowers and I'm going to hand them back some peace real easy. But just talking out loud, that situation where it seems so hard to remember what I'm here for, what I came here to this realm for, to be a healer. Maybe something that I'm dealing with that's really challenging in me, my body. Like for me, it's my knees right now. And so maybe when I communicate properly in that situation, then that more major thing that I'm struggling with in me, and that's why it needed to be major, because you need some major surgery yourself. You need some major help yourself. I don't know if it really works that way, but it seems like it would.
So let me see if I'm hearing you correctly. That when you've got something physical going on, that as you extend from your mind the idea of guiltlessness to another, then the physical condition that you had miraculously gets, healed.
Yeah, because it came from not communicating.
That's exactly
properly.
right.
And so the body's just the effect of my bad choices.
Yes.
And so now I'm reversing the course of the current.
Yes.
And I'm making good choices, which is not going to reverse the effects to my body. Going to help my body to be stronger, healthier,
Exactly. And
so those big challenges, you could look at it differently and go, this is an opportunity to deal with that back problem that I have not gotten an answer to.
Exactly.
And thank you for showing up, because I can certainly give you some peace, so I can have some peace in my back.
Exactly. That's the way it goes. And that's why there's folks who literally look at the symbolism. They know that the body is a symbol of your thoughts, and so the body is a manifestation of your thoughts. And so, they'll like Louise Hay, like, lower back problems. Okay, lower back problems often is symbolizing or expressing that you feel a lack of support in your life. Or like knees, maybe, I don't know what they really say, but maybe they're saying that
Take a shot.
Take a shot, like flexibility, And so it's a manifestation of, you know, a symbolic manifestation of where you may not be offering support to people or being flexible with other people, you know, being inflexible or judgmental or whatever. And I don't know if that's what they say about me, but you know, so using the body as a communication device, like what is the body communicating? What's it well, to me, it's communicating, oh, I feel like I don't get enough support in my life, which obviously means I'm not offering enough support in my life. Oh, thank you, back problem. Thanks for communicating. You know, the body's a communication device. Yes.
I know one of Louise Hayes's that I had that book 2 years ago, and I kept getting sinus infections. And I thought, and then I couldn't work. You can't fly when you, okay, but anyway. The point was, what it said it was, irritation. You have a real irritation to someone really close to you. And I knew who that was. You know, and I thought, okay, you gotta, once I started trying to clear all that, I figured out that they started, I mean, I don't get them anymore. And it's the same person still with you. But, you know, I just, it drove,
yes, exactly. You used your
great
body.
Stuff. I loved her book.
You used your body as a communication device.
Yeah,
not only is the body communicating to you what you believe that you're in denial about, you know, but it's also a communication device where whatever you were not giving to others, whatever way you weren't offering love and release from guilt to others, is you know, also the way that's going to show up in your body, you know. So it's a communication device. I need to be I need to be using my body to communicate release of guilt or forgiveness or mercy. So yeah.
So what, like when I had issues with bodily symptoms, because the Course says, you know, if you believe you're guilty, you unconsciously ask for punishment. So if I feel these symptoms, I'm like, okay, what am I guilty about?
Yeah.
You know, and I try to kind of look at that, and then if I can kind of address it and kind of, you know, like shed the light of the Holy Spirit on it, then, you know, and just reaffirm to myself that I am guiltless and I'm innocent, then and essentially accept the condition, just accept it, because when you try to resist it, I feel like it gets stronger and more intense.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. You know, when you don't use the body for communication and you're not listening to the messages that it's communicating to you, you know, then the messages get more intense. The problems seem to get more intense, you know, and also somewhere in the Course it says that whatever problems you're having is where at some time you did not give love to another. You know, you misperceived another. You didn't give love to another. You didn't communicate another. You didn't join with another in love. You know, some creation of God you did not give love to. You did not join in love with that person. You know, so you can always trace back every problem, including the physical problem, to somewhere where you did not give love, which means you did not communicate from your mind to their mind a loving idea. You're innocent. You know, at some point you didn't give love. You gave something else. And that always makes for problems for us. And so, okay, great. Same thing as saying about physical problems. Okay, great. Well, then that means if I want to experience the healing of the problem or the healing of this symptom, then it's time to, now I got to reverse that. I got to use my mind to extend love to another somewhere, somehow.
And the opportunity will show up.
And the opportunity will not be far away at all.
Yeah.
They may have crossed your mind already.
It's funny, you know, we pray about that backache or that knee ache to Spirit, you know, Spirit, help me with this. And then the next morning, this angry, grumpy, appearing to be mean-spirited person comes into our experience, answering our prayer.
That's right. And we don't recognize that
And
that
we-
mean-spirited, grumpy, angry, mean person was an answer to our call, an
And,
answer to our prayer.
and because we attacked them back, tonight, now we have a negative to go with us. We're like, this is ridiculous. I'm not praying about this.
Right. And then we go, damn, getting old sucks.
Yeah. Blame it on that.
Yeah, blame it on that, and all else fails, Blame it on that. So, it's so beautiful. So remember, so everything we're talking about is us developing the ability to heal. That's us developing the ability to heal. We're learning what healing is. We're learning where healing comes from. We're learning, how using our body for something besides communicating love affects our bodies. So we're developing the ability to heal, which is so beautiful, because this is how ultimately we are healed. He says, healing is the one ability everyone can develop and must develop if they are to be healed. Wow. So I want to be healed. Okay, great. Well, then that means you get to offer healing. You get to use your mind to reach the mind of others, to remind them they are innocent.
And wouldn't you agree the world's teaching has been, you can't love others until you learn to love yourself?
That's what we were just talking about.
Oh,
Amber.
yeah.
Amber brought that up.
Oh,
Yes, okay, right,
Yeah.
exactly. Amber said, don't you first
Everything's
have to have it
everything's
to give
backwards.
it? Everything's backwards.
Yeah.
Everything that we learned is backwards.
That's why we don't get healed, because everything's backwards.
Exactly.
It makes sense that I get healed before I can heal.
Exactly. And so, what we've learned is that when we have a problem or we have some kind of sickness, we're like, I gotta go get some healing. And I'm gonna go look in India, and I'm gonna go look over there at in this pharmacy, and then I'm gonna go look at the herbs, and now I'm gonna go look over here at this type of medicine. I'm gonna look over here at this type of healing modality. And I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna get on a plane and go to this guru or this doctor. I'm gonna go get myself some healing. I'm gonna go find some healing. And this is saying the pharmacy is within you. The pharmacy is right there within you. You don't have to leave your house or go pay big money. You just have to offer the healing that you desire. Offer that healing where you're extending your mind to the minds of others to remind them that they are innocent, that they are not guilty, that they are not their bodies, that they are not limited, they are not bad. Okay? And then you look at all the time and money you just saved yourself, and you got healed. And now you experience the healing that you desire, that you need. Isn't that beautiful? I love all those time and money saving tips. You can get healed for free. All you got to do is give it. All right. Who knew? Wow. How much time and money could we actually save ourselves? When we are in need of healing. And you're in need of healing in any way, shape, or form that you don't have perfect peace. Body, mind, or spirit. That's how you know you need some healing. And we all need healing. It's an ability that everyone can and must develop here. Everybody here needs healing. You here, you need healing. All right. So then it says, paragraph 3, it says, healing is Spirit's form of communication in this world. Wow. That's Holy Spirit's form of communication, is healing. And healing is the only form of communication that Spirit accepts. Wow, interesting. That Spirit's healing is also Spirit's communication. What an interesting concept. And Spirit recognizes no other form of communication than healing. Why? Because Spirit does not accept the ego's confusion of mind and body. So Spirit's not confused between mind and body. Spirit knows that healing is of the mind, and joining of the minds, which is the same as saying communication. So joining minds with other minds to release them from guilt, that's what joining means. That's what healing means. So healing means minds joining. Healing means minds joining. So does communication. Communication is joining minds. So is healing. Oh, I thought healing had something to do with the body. Nope. That's what he's saying. So spirit knows that communication is joining minds and healing is joining minds. They are one to spirit. Isn't that interesting? So if I need healing, that means I need communication. That means I have not been in communication. I'm not using my body to join my mind with other minds. And that's why I have a problem. That's why I'm sick. I'm not using my body to join my mind with other minds. And that's what I need to do now if I need some healing, some communicating.
Well, I also recognize in this that's how we recognize when we're actually communicating with the Holy Spirit, or vice versa. Is that healing is occurring?
Yes, right.
It's the only form. It just said it's the only form of communication.
Yes, and the only form of healing. Exactly. So when we're joining our minds with spirit or joining our minds in love with another, automatic healing. That's automatic. You know you're experiencing communication because you're experiencing healing. Yeah. Wow, wait. Man, I love that. And because healing has nothing to do with the body, that means there is no order of difficulties in healing. No order of difficulty in healing. Nothing. Because why? Because healing is of the mind, not the body. Beautiful. And I've heard before healing is of the mind. We've all heard that, healing of the mind. But what this is reminding us is healing comes from joining minds beyond the body. Using your mind to join your mind to their mind. We've heard healing is in the mind. We've all heard that. The placebo effect is the idea that healing comes from the mind, right? Well, healing's in the mind. Look at the placebo effect. But what we hadn't heard was healing comes from joining minds beyond the body. All right, so that's good. It says, again, minds can communicate, but minds cannot hurt. That's interesting. It says the body in the service of the ego can hurt other bodies, but bodies hurting other bodies cannot occur unless the body has already been confused with the mind. Okay. All right, so in other words, it's very interesting. Minds can't hurt. So what does it say? Minds can communicate, but minds cannot hurt. That's interesting. Only bodies can be hurt. Now, when your body is in the service of the ego, your body can hurt another body. But that's only because you're confusing your mind with your body. Only when I'm confusing myself, my mind with my body, would I even want to hurt another person's body with my body. So interesting. It's a very interesting concept. The mind cannot hurt. Okay, my mind cannot be hurt. Your mind cannot be hurt. Isn't that interesting? But if I'm confusing myself with my body, then I'm going to say, you hurt my mind. But that's only because you're confusing your mind with your body. And that's a big confusion. The spirit isn't confusing your mind with your body. Okay, spirit knows that you're not your body. So you would only say you've hurt my mind if you're confusing yourself with the body, because the truth is that only a body can be hurt. Your mind can't be hurt. You know why? Because the mind is one. And what is one, what can attack something else if it's all one? There's no attack. Minds can't attack because all minds are one. Okay? So it's when you say you've hurt my mind, you're confusing your body with your mind. Whew. Now, what if you actually believe that your mind could not be hurt? Wow. Yes.
But we have a split mind.
Yes.
I always think of this as we have a higher mind and a lower mind.
Right.
The sentence that says the body in the service of the ego can hurt other bodies. I would read that as the body in the service of the lower mind
Yes, right.
can hurt other bodies.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but,
I suppose
the ego is not the mind. The ego is an idea, a false idea in the mind. The ego is a false idea that the mind adopted. But the ego is not the mind. It's not even part of the mind. It's just an idea in the mind.
that caused the split.
Yes, that's right. That
maybe
thinks
as a result of the split.
that thinks that a split happened. That the ego is the part that the ego is an idea. It's just an idea that we adopted that is not true. That's telling us that we have split from our source, and so now are split from everything else.
And all thought causes form at some level.
Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to weave that in. I feel like it plays a role in this discussion, but
Yes. When you find it, you let me know. All right, but it's a good reminder. Okay, so you're saying that I am a mind. I'm not a body, right? I'm a mind. That's what it's saying. We're our mind, not our bodies. We're a mind. And it's saying that the mind cannot hurt. So that means that every single iota of hurt that I feel or think that I have caused another is me confusing my mind, with my body. That's me thinking I'm a body. Because the truth is, I'm a mind and I can't be hurt. I can't be attacked. I can't be touched. And so the truth is that I can't be hurt. So if I think I am hurt or have hurt, it means I'm identifying myself with a body. Whew, isn't that deep? And what if we accepted the truth that we could not be hurt? I mean, what would your life be like? What would your relationships be like? I can't be hurt. What would your relationships be like?
I said, I'm not vulnerable.
Yeah, exactly. What if you accepted the truth that who I am is invulnerable? That's why the Course in Miracles says, teach then your own invulnerability. And then it says how to do that. It says, teach others, demonstrate to others that no matter what they try to do to you, you cannot be hurt. I'd be like, how do you do that? Well, I just said it. I just said how to do it. Yeah, but how do you do that? Demonstrate to others that whatever they may try to do to you, they cannot hurt you. They cannot touch you because who you are cannot be hurt. Because you're a mind. You're not your body. You're not a body. And so you can't be hurt. You can't be broken down. You can't be killed. You can't be defiled. You can't be, hurt. You can't be broken down. You can't be killed. You can't be changed by what people think of you. Okay. Now that is healing. To accept that idea and to teach that idea, to use your mind and to use your body to reach other minds, to remind them that they are minds. They are not their bodies. They cannot be hurt. They are invulnerable as God created them. That's healing. That's healing. Wow. I want to accept that I am a mind that cannot be hurt because I was created by a mind that did not create hurt. It did not create the possibility of hurt. I was created by a mind that did not create the possibility of hurt of its creation. I want to accept that. Because that idea that I can be hurt, it hurts. It hurts really bad. It hurts in my back. It hurts in my heart. It hurts in my joints. It hurts in my lungs. It hurts in my relationships. It hurts. It doesn't feel good. Wow.
And that's why we practice forgiveness.
And that's why we practice forgiveness. That's what forgiveness really is. I can't be hurt. I just remembered. That's what forgiveness means. Not I forgive you for what you hurt me. I forgive you for how you hurt me. But I'm not going to forget. I hear that all the time. I forgave him. I didn't forget, but I forgave him. Right? Yes. Exactly. Yes. And that's why your back still hurts. And that's why you got that disease. And that's why you're still depressed. And that's why you're still lonely. And that's why you're still anxious. Because you didn't forgive. You know, your body lets you know. Your body's a communication device. Your body lets you know. Like this book that I read by this one particular psychologist. The body keeps score. The body keeps score. You know, so your body's going to let you know if you're still teaching hurt. It's like, stop using your body to teach hurt. What I did to them. You know, stop using your body to teach hurt. You know, use your body to develop the ability to use your body to reach others' minds, to remind them they're not their bodies and that they're innocent.
That's what I found is my wrong mind will lie to me all day long.
Yes.
But my body will not. Like my symptoms, so I have to listen to my body. So if there's something going on in my body, I know there's something I'm not looking at or I'm not addressing or hiding.
Exactly. Your body's condition is showing you where you're in denial. You're like, I love everybody, but my back hurts so bad. I love everybody, but I have this incurable disease, right? Your body lets you know that you are lying to yourself. Your body's a communication device. Your body isn't the source of that problem, or the source of that denial, but your body's showing you that you are not using your mind to reach the minds of others who think they're a body to release them from fear and guilt. So that's beautiful. I like that. Your body shows you where you're lying to yourself. I love everybody, but I'm broke. Okay. All right. Beautiful. I love it. And Iron says, what would my life be like if I knew I could not be hurt? Yes. Okay, beautiful. So then it says, and so we're still in paragraph 3, and then we're going to pick back up on the sentence that says, this situation too can be used either for healing or for magic. But you must remember that magic always involves the belief that healing is harmful. Isn't that interesting? Or we could say the ego always believes that healing is harmful. Now, this belief that healing is harmful is the ego's totally insane premise. And so the ego proceeds accordingly, insanely. Paragraph 4. Healing only strengthens. Magic always tries to weaken. Okay, so now it's introduced the term magic. So there's healing and there's magic. So healing is when I'm going to use my body to reach other people who think they're their bodies, to remind them they're not their bodies and they're innocent. Okay, that's real healing, using the mind to join other minds. What's magic? Everything else. I'm going to try to change my behavior. I'm going to try to change your behavior. I'm going to go get something for the body to change the body so that I can experience not this symptom called my sickness. That's magic. Magic is I'm going to do something with the body to change the condition of the body as if my body is what is sick. That's magic. I'm going to go take a magic pill. I'm going to go take a magic something. I'm going to go take a magic something, or I'm going to go get somebody to change their behavior so that I can be happy. I'm going to go get somebody to do something with their body so that I feel loved. That's magic. I'm going to go get something for my body so that I can feel good. That's magic. That's not healing. Okay? And so the ego is all about the magic because the ego knows that doesn't work. Now, Healing only strengthens, but magic always tries to weaken. Healing perceives nothing in the healer that everyone else does not share with them. Magic always sees something, quote, special in the healer, which the healer believes that the healer can offer as a gift to someone who doesn't have that healing. And that the unhealed healer may believe that the healing gift comes from God to this unhealed healer. But it's quite evident that the healer doesn't understand God if the healer thinks that the healer has something that other people lack. Okay, so healing is not when you're a real healer knows that healing is an awareness that what I have is what you have, is what they have. We all have the same thing. What I have, you have, we all have. That's what a healed healer knows. And so any kind of healing that's coming from somebody who's like, I have a healing and you don't. And so I'm special because I have something you don't have. And I'm going to give it to you for a minimal fee. Or maybe a big fee if I have a lot of certificates, right? So real healing doesn't come from one person who got something that everybody else doesn't have. That's not healing. So don't go looking for healing from somebody who thinks they got something that you don't have, that you need from them for a price. That ain't real healing. Real healing may come through somebody who's like, hey, we're all the same. What I am and what I have is what you have, and that's what I'm just going to remind you of. I'm just reminding you of something. I'm reminding you of what we all have equally, because that's, how God, our Creator, created us all. Okay. That's real healing, and that's a real healer. It's just a reminder. I'm just reminding you of what you have that's the same as what I have, is the same as what everybody has, which is a mind that is unlimited in its ability to create the good, the beautiful, the holy, and the healthy. Okay, so good to remember about healing. Great. Any questions or comments on that?
So Amber was poking me here a minute ago.
Oh, yes.
Might have
The
missed
old
it,
poke.
but somewhere along the way in studying this, I got the idea that we resort to magic when we have a refusal to change our mind.
Very good. We resort to magic when we are refusing to change our mind.
Right.
Very good.
So, I've got a situation going right now where it's really hard to change my mind.
I gotcha.
And I woke up this morning and my back locked up.
Oh, interesting.
Now, normally I would attribute that to all the yard work I did.
Yep.
But I have a feeling that's not it.
And isn't that funny? Isn't that funny that we were talking about the back?
It really was kind of funny.
Isn't that interesting?
I mean,
Yes,
for
exactly.
about 20 minutes this morning, I'm in my bedroom stretching and doing all this stuff.
And remember what I was saying about the back, could come from a perception of I don't receive support. I'm not receiving support. No one supports me. I'm doing this all myself. I'm like carrying a burden by myself. Or according to the words it used here, I have been hurt. I have been hurt by others' lack of support.
So on the support thing, what I was thinking about earlier is, it could be that maybe I'm not supporting somebody in my life. That could be it, but it could also be that I'm not looking to where my real support is.
Very good. Very good. So it could be that you're not offering the support to others, or it could be that you're not turning to the true source of support for support, aka God.
Yes, because you were hitting on it earlier just a minute ago. Like chapter 6 is all about the crucifixion,
yes.
And the whole meaning is
you can't be betrayed, you can't be killed, you can't be hurt.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Right. And also in that section in chapter 6, the real meaning of attack, crucifixion, is since I can't be hurt, teach only love. Don't teach you can be hurt. Teach only love. Don't teach you can be hurt. Don't teach you have been hurt. That's not a message that you should teach if you want to be healed. Don't teach, you can be hurt. And let me tell you that in relationships, that is the ultimate lesson and is the ultimate challenge. Because in our relationships, we've all learned that if you want to be safe, you got to control each other. And the only way you can control each other is to go, you hurt me. You better not do that again. You hurt me. You better not do that again. You hurt me. Or you better not do that so you don't hurt me. Right? And that's how we control each other in our relationships. So to teach our special relationships, that I cannot be hurt. That is the ultimate lesson. That is the ultimate healing lesson. And the Course in Miracles teaches us that we don't want to teach each other, you can't hurt me, because the ego has taught us that to forgive each other, to release each other from guilt, is to lose each other. The ego teaches you if you release them from guilt, then you're going to lose that person. That's what the ego teaches us. You better not release them from guilt, because then they'll do whatever they want, and they will leave you. You will lose them. They won't feel like they need to, stay with you out of guilt or obligation, or they'll do whatever they want. You'll lose them. And so in our relationships, we don't want to release each other from guilt, which means we don't want to teach, you cannot hurt me. I have not been hurt. You are still innocent. To say to somebody you're innocent is to say you haven't hurt me. But we don't want to do that because we're afraid we'll lose them if they don't feel guilty. If they're not afraid of hurting us.
But it does seem we can remove ourselves from a situation that is hurtful.
Of course, absolutely. And the best way to demonstrate to somebody that they haven't hurt you or can't hurt you is, if you need to, is don't put yourself in that direct line. So, yeah, it's the only way that you can teach them that, whether you're still with them or whether your bodies are not together. So, isn't that the hardest lesson to teach to each other? Isn't that the hardest thing to be able to say to the people that we're in a close relationship with? You haven't hurt me. Behold me, brother or sister, at your hand I live. And that's the message of the crucifixion. You can't be hurt. You can't be killed. So teach only love. Demonstrate only love. And we ain't anywhere close to that. So don't feel bad. don't feel like a bad healer. No, we're all unhealed healers. We're all unhealed healers. We're all imperfect teachers. We're all, what did it say? We're learning how to develop the ability. It didn't say we've mastered it. It didn't say we are that. It said we are learning. We must learn to develop the ability to heal, which is to release others from guilt, one mind to another. So we ain't anywhere close to that. And the more special our relationship, the harder it is.
What you're saying right now is what I can't get off this last word at the end of this paragraph 4 is that word lack.
Right.
And now it really comes full circle with what you're saying, that when you're giving somebody innocence that you think that they're lacking, that you don't have, that's magic if you're giving them innocence even though you know they're not innocent.
Right. That's forgiveness to destroy.
And that's what it's talking about above, about the magic.
Yes, exactly.
And so that's the ego's way of trying to get you to do it, but it's not going to bring any healing back to you because you're really not giving them healing.
Right.
You're doing a false precept of you're doing magic.
You're doing magic. I'm giving something to you.
Because I'm innocent.
Right.
And you're not. You're lacking innocence. And that's why the last sentence says that you're giving them something that they lack, that they don't have. That obviously you have. You have this gift, that God gave to you, and you're going to give it to them, which is innocence.
Exactly.
But the innocence came directly from God to them.
Exactly.
from me to them.
Exactly. So instead of like, I release you from guilt, I grant you your innocence, what we're saying to each other is, you are in it. God created you innocent. God created you for guilt, without guilt, whether I see it or not. That's what we're saying. You are innocent. You are not guilty, whether I believe it or not.
And there has to be a way to see it that way in this story that you're talking.
Yes, exactly.
Once I come back to remembering that's true, then now I'm looking for it.
Right. That's
Before
right.
I wasn't looking for it because I agreed with them, you're an idiot.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We're agreeing that hurt is real, that we can be hurt.
Yeah, and now we're not communicating anything.
Exactly.
And we're not fulfilling,
The one function of the
the
body.
function of the body.
And now the body's going to malfunction.
So what the Holy Spirit wants to use it for.
Exactly. So when you're not using your body for the function that Spirit sees in your body will malfunction.
Yeah, beautiful.
All right, beautiful. We're going to stop here. We're going to do love offering and announcements and just a brief integration meditation. Thank you for sharing that, Greg. It's beautiful. And you too, Todd. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. It's beautiful. Okay. Hi, Jean. Hi, Laurel. Lovely. Laurel says, we are innocent and we are learning. Exactly. Okay. Announcements are this. Greg and I do 2 classes by Julie.
Thank you.
Transforming Relationships Through A Course in Miracles on Facebook every Sunday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. on my Facebook channel. And every Sunday here in person at the Rocky Mountain Miracle Center, we have a wonderful 11 a.m. Course in Miracles session with rotating Course in Miracles teachers. So if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a Course in Miracles class with great teachers and a great community, a beautiful tribe, come on down to the Rocky Mountain Miracle Center here in Denver at 11 a.m. All right, and then you can check out, if you want to see more of my classes and mine and Greg's classes, you can go to my YouTube channel and find years worth of classes, and they're very easy to watch form. And if you would like to support this idea going out into the world, then share this class with your social media. And if you're watching it on YouTube, then share, like, and subscribe. And that helps the algorithm to push this message out to more folks. And wouldn't that be nice if this message went out to more folks?
Yes.
My goodness. All right. Beautiful. So now we're going to do a brief integration meditation where we're going to take the ideas and do something crazy with them, like use them on whatever we've got going on, whatever area we are in need of peace and healing at this time. It's only the using of the ideas that show us that the ideas are true. It's only in the using of the ideas that prove to us that these ideas are true. So let's use these ideas. All right, so close your eyes and take a breath. Beautiful. Just notice how it feels in your mind and your heart and your body to hear these ideas in A Course in Miracles, and notice how it feels to hear them in a circle of like-minded, mighty companions who desire healing and who want to learn how to develop the ability to heal so that they too can be healed. All right, so I want you to bring to your awareness a situation, relationship, event, or encounter where you are feeling a dis-ease, whether that's body, mind, or spirit, where you're not at ease, not experiencing peace. In particular, if there's any physical areas where you're experiencing a dis-ease, first thing that we want to tell ourselves about this dis-ease, however we're experiencing that, is that I must not have been using my body only to communicate innocence. Somehow, I was misusing my body, not using my body to communicate only love. And now I want you to look into this situation or relationship or experience where you're experiencing a dis-ease. And I want you to just look to see if you can see how you have been using your body, not to communicate from mind to mind innocence, but using your body for comparison, pride, pleasure, judgment, attack, getting, competing, etc. Beautiful. Now, I want you to remember, I want you to tell yourself the truth. I am not my body. I am a mind. And I am in my mind, I am a mind joined with the mind of Creator. I am a mind. And as a mind, I cannot be hurt. And my perception that I have hurt or that I have been hurt or I can hurt, that I have hurt, is my confusion of thinking, confusing myself, my mind with my body. I am confused. Now, that situation or relationship where you were experiencing a dis-ease, a lack of peace, I want you now to see yourself, imagine yourself, using your body to offer to another. Use your body to reach the bodies of others who are involved, to remind them that they are not their body. They are a mind who is only innocent. I want you to imagine yourself using your body to join minds with them, to remind them that they are innocent, that they are not guilty. Communicate with their mind that you have not been hurt by them. Use your mind to communicate their mind. Behold me, brother, sister, at your hand I live. And breathe. In some way, shape, or form, use your mind to communicate to them your perfect invulnerability as a creation of God. Show them in your mind's eye your wholeness, your perfection. Show them that you have had no hurt of them. I'm still whole. I'm still happy. I'm still complete. I'm still pure. I'm still innocent. I'm still powerful. And now, in your mind's eye, look upon this person and notice how they look to you now. And notice how you feel relative to them now. Notice how you feel in your body. Notice how you feel in your own self, inside yourself. Beautiful. And then take another deep breath. Bring your awareness back to the body. All right. Yawn and stretch. All right. Way to heal. Way to teach healing. Good job developing your ability to heal so that you can be healed. Good job. Good job, guys. You're awesome. All right. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching and joining online. And see you next time.